and we're so proud of him. Na Mercy TV and that we also proud of him. Reverend kind of want to tell family Madu, sir.
Famulado.
And also I get with me Major C1. We're in at the head of newsroom na Mercy TV. Major tell family Madu.
Yes, family, good morning. Welcome to Mercy TV. Madu.
Me now na presenter Sia Anisako. Well, now I will go to the CEO of Mercy TV, Reverend Julian Wojaskan. Daddy, as we all see yesterday in the news about this wonderful gentleman when Nehemiah Emmanuel Wojaskan, when you son, and he be the champion of the British gymnastic team. I want to tell family about how Nehemiah come up to the success, sir.
Wonderful.
Yes, sir.
I would say Nehemiah and I'm a mini me, and you know, God is a wonderful God. After all the struggles and the challenges we don't go through in life, my youngest son, I can take my face. At the same time, I can take some of me skills them way I be get where they as a child. So Nehemiah, from the day we were born, you could see and say this is not just a copycat look, but now somebody we get for be, you know, sports manly, get for get the sporting abilities, then for able to achieve things. So me and will not agree. I don't believe when they say when two people they feel about too much, they're not agree. We do not agree at all. We get fatherly love, son love between we, but most of the time, his mommy's boy, you know. So, but I'm so glad for see Nehemiah achieve such a great milestone, something we ever happen in our community. Na Sierra Leone, we not ever see a Sierra Leonean origin person achieve some of them kind waiting and cause. So to me, it's a win for Sierra Leone, it's a win for Africa. You know, when you look at Simone, the black American girl, waiting he achieve, then you know able tracing roots to which part of Africa she's from. It's a bit sad, but at least for Nehemiah, we know where to trace his root. We know that Salon blood they flow inside vein. So Nehemiah in Mama Naisa be talk more about her achievements because she has been there. You know, where making Komowo, I can just step in and do the runs, for go do up on gymnastics, pick them up, and you know, do the normal chores then with them. But the mama, now I know all the ins and outs of waiting, they happen. But what really pleases me the most is the fact that we sowed a seed, we invested in sports activities, and we see the results they play out. Behavior is a bit challenging. I know one for deceive myself or paint a rosy picture that everything is perfect, everything is excellent. His behavior can be challenging, but with the trust God, that God go work on him and he will be delivered. He go get that self-control attitude way in temper go candor, because as the youngest, Nike athletes in the big one. You know, so we want for appreciate God for Nehemiah in life. We want to appreciate God for his brothers them. We support them as well. They support him in their own ways. Then the fet, but we camp, you know, that support. You see where Abraham team up near and brother.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's such a joy because then to hear football said and they playing at the backyard, play by the commodity. But for see Abraham you know, it map me and brother, they, you know, give the thumbs up. Nah, that's priceless. That is priceless. As for mom, you know, she's a soccer mom. She's a loving wife and mother, dedicated mother. You know, so you can't really say so much. I think, to be fair on her, she should be the one in this chair to talk about Nehemiah's success. It started at a very early age.
When that will come to that. Okay. Family level now and be part of the program, and I can also send a text message to the number on the screen. Measure C1, as we see yesterday, Daddy is son, the champion of the gymnastic team in England, Sierra Leonean. How you feel yesterday for see that Nehemiah be the champion of the gymnastic team?
Well, first of all, I want to say thanks to God because He don't ordain another Sierra Leonean.
Yes, sir.
Because sometime in the past, people in the community around the world, they defend their origin. Some Americans can come, some British, they want to know who side them great-grandfather they come from. So through the blood DNA, they can trace, say, no, this person is Sierra Leone, they come out, and the north and not the eastern, but things like that. But for you get original Sierra Leonean way, you get the roots already, you know, say this is Sierra Leonean. Then they ordain them, because then ordain. And for one fact, not to everybody in the clap for. Clap is very, very expensive when they clap for somebody. And when they clap for you, you for believe say, nah, you're a chosen person. Because some man will do anything, no people no clap, put hands together for you. But whenever you see people and put hands together, say, will they clap for this person? Then for me, I think I say the person is ordained. Yeah. So for Nehemiah, it's just so wonderful. Because we all do sports. Myself, I do small sports. When I table tennis and football, and at one time they ask me, now they know I not play football again. But he go to the height, he go through some steps before they reach that particular area there. So really I want to commend himself in the first place. Then the parental care, the parental encouragement make him reach that far. In we own domination, we own tradition, when you want to do some odd things in life, then they tell you, say, this begin not for better. Not serious. You want to do like music, you want to do like sports, you know, say, but for go and book like money, you want to turn doctor or lawyer and a ball you want to go play on that. It happened to me when I try to do music, because I do small music. And they discourage along the line. But at the end of the day, I end up being a musician. So when I see somebody crave for higher heights, I feel proud. And of course, Nehemiah, now we own brother, now his son, my Sierra Leonean. I'm so proud because I can talk about them anywhere and defend Sierra Leone. Say yes, we get Sierra Leoneans, we stand tall with the green, white, and blue all around the world. And Nehemiah don't make an example.
Yes, sir.
You see, so I'm very, very happy really for that. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Major Stewart. Daddy, I want to let you explain to parents because some man will wonder, what's in this gymnastic? What's in gymnastic mean? Since you don't go through the journey with Nehemiah and I know so you get idea. So I want to let you explain to viewers then what's in this gymnastic mean, sir? Okay,
gymnastics now is sports. In one of the skilled entertaining sports them way they right up to Olympic stage, and in fact it's a worldwide sport where countries like Russia can try to for dominate them. You know, you get the United States where it can also rival with the Russians then, but in this part of the world we not too value that kind of sports than they, but gymnastics now one kind of sports where you do you're able to hit the world stage, you get recognition from very high level standards them, you get advertisements them, so it's a very important sport where I will encourage parents them for put them picking them back, and it's I think one of them sports the way it showcase your creativity, you know. So with gymnastics, you're not going to worry about somebody that can't broke your foot. Now you and your coach and you team, you synergy teams. That is if you get a group of team and they practice together. So now a highly rewarding sport where anybody, if you really put your mind to it, you know, you will able to achieve. Most people, the way they do gymnastics, they end up for the what you call performing arts. You know, and then can become actors. They can able for make movies them way then they demonstrate their abilities them. They can do what you call live shows them when they show their gymnastic ability, ballet, or the other. So all kind of like joined together the kind way where then they demonstrate their skills. You know, you got to be flexible. This is some of the award them way in the Nehemiah don't win over the years. In fact, a award them full of the room. You know, so a get then cup there will be the win, then gold, silver cups there will be the win. Weight is small, so I'm not able to access them pictures because I changed phone. So the one they were able to access no more. Now then they on display now. So then it don't win Boku gold medal them as you can see. They don't win gold medal, bronze, silver. Neymar not ever go pan competition and not win a medal. He always wins a medal, you know, and he's the youngest member of the team there, you know. So we tell God thank you, you know, for in life. We tell God thank you for waiting. God don't use them for achieve. I can always say this, waiting I be they do in a village to me grandma. And Neymar they do now, you know, now the world stage. And to me it feels good. It's like I didn't lose, you know. I could have been the one to achieve that, but since me not being get the privilege, I tried for work in hand and tandem with me wife for make we join hand together and give the support, and it really acquire hard work, very very big hard work. Sometimes they we get for overstretch we drop them, pick them, drop them, pick them, carry and go, and then competition them. I remember the last competition when the missus said go with her. Now the one of the arenas them, the O2 arenas them, na England, massive arena. So we go there. Now me and Sesef go, you know, he go perform there. He win that competition there as well within group, you know. So I think they came third in that competition. Nine because Neymar not like for faith, you know. If you not come first, then to him it's like he didn't achieve what he want to achieve. So it's this person we always want for the top. So when he come back, he intensified training. So the same type of competition when they go now for the overall, you know, when the whole UK team they get together for the when they go for that they nail them gold. They want the gold, you know. So it's very very rewarding, and it fills me my heart with joy. I know see me when Fusaide they watch this program. She's very very pleased that we're talking about this.
Thank you very much, Daddy. Major, as gymnastics are parts of the Olympic, and Sierra Leone can take part in the Olympic, but most of the time they go on swimming, then track events, but we not take part in gymnastics. So what you get for say to the Ministry of Sports concerning gymnastics, so they will add up the sporting activity?
Well, it's fine for the Ministry of Sports to look at sports the profession different from the specific one way Sierra Leone Ministry of Sport they look at. When we talk about sports in Sierra Leone, most times all the budgets, all the funding are for football. The other discipline, then they suffer a lot, because you can imagine swimmers, then they go before they even get them tickets, the lodging, that's not whole strain. They always in the media, they advocate for the government to look into them movement. So I believe say it day already the sporting discipline, the Ministry of Sport know about it. It's just that therefore add more funding, more value to some of them than sporting discipline and they. So the one way they come up with such a talent, let's help get space in our society. Let's help go get a role for play, all in the name of the green, white, and blue. Then go able tomorrow stand in front of a national or international crowd, perform their talent as them Daddy they say, and then bring out that green, white, and blue will shine worldwide. But if we always they pay attention on one sporting discipline, and the one where they pay attention, but still we not go far. So why we not go look at other sporting discipline where we even make a mark for Sierra Leone? Then we just pay all the attention on football. At the end of the day, the football will go half the way, then we not even complete the mission. We go in African Cup of Nations, we not reach too far. Let's talk about things like World Cup, and obviously they have that capacity for reach half the way. But other sporting discipline, the way you go pick like a 1 or 2 or 3 participants, where you go sponsor, you could do well. You come back. In those days, I mean, remember one girl, a Sierra girl, Eunice Baba. She used to run. I mean, they run for Salon. They go France. As in France, the French people, they say, I'm a French citizen. Put up on Sierra Leone. So himself, I don't know, you look at the talent, they say Sierra Leone will support this talent, because if you be another person, if Sierra Leone they give the necessary support, him for reject the French citizenship, and they say no, me as Sierra Leone. Whatever be the case, I remain to be Sierra Leone. Yeah. But he say he think I'm twice. Say if I can't remain me as Sierra Leonean, then Sierra Leone will sponsor me or not will fund me for run. Even boxing they sport sometimes a problem that they contribute a national sporting activity. So you see the Ministry of Sport, they never look into some disciplines, they will go push Sierra Leoneans more than how we did. They look at one doing sporting discipline, football all the time. It's good, football an international game. But there are others, like gymnastics. When they talk about gymnastics, some people they think another how you call it, weightlifting. Most people the idea when you talk about gymnastics, they only think about weightlifting. Yeah. But weightlifting is part of gymnastics. But gymnastics getting acrobatic styles that were involved, where the weightlifting and the acrobatic performance, they all come together. So you see now a very big job and a very good sporting activity. So the Ministry of Sport and the Minister of Sport will think about other disciplines and we will push Sierra Leone, because football we don't try. Those still they try with the football, but other disciplines they will spend even less funding and get championship now worldwide. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Major C1 viewers, and also now they enjoy the program, and also want to congratulate the young gentleman Nehemiah for this wonderful trade on for the green, white, and blue, and also for Indadi, the CEO of Mercy TV. Well, now we'll go for a short break. When we come, we will continue the program.
There's only one place where you are always welcome, where you will always be part of the family, and you can always expect to find a helping hand. There's only one place where you will find a reliable partner for all your financial needs, and your funds will always be safe. It's only at Rokel Commercial Bank, because Rokel is more than a bank.
Well, this is your bank, a bank that is resplendent with splendor. It characterizes greatness, and it has a history that is deeply rooted in banking in Sierra Leone. Over 100 years, this bank has been around, initially as Barclays Bank, and now as Rokel Commercial Bank, your bank.
That's why our impact in the community is second to none. That's why we are expanding our branches to give you world-class service everywhere you go.
We've expanded as far as Kailaun, Wilkinson Road, Fabi College, Uberforce, and look out for us very soon. We're going to go to the north. We're going to go as far as Kwendu very soon.
When you look at our corporate online services, our SMS text banking, and of course our Syncopo Plus, which cannot be rivaled by any.
That's why we are rolling out state-of-the-art digital systems to better serve you. And that's why you will always be our number one concern.
By so doing, you have a bank that is going to be a modern bank to you, a bank that's going to be a credible bank to you, a bank that's going to make you feel like you're part of a banking family.
Visit any of our branches countrywide and join the winning family today. Welcome to Rokel Commercial Bank, your bank of choice.
The youngest
Viewers, welcome back again to Say to Mercy on Mercy TV. As the topic of discussion now, we young gentle Sierra Leonean, where in name Nehemiah Abraham Rogers Khan, the CEO in Son in England. We don't win the championship, and we're so proud of him, and Daddy proud of him, and also win on Mercy TV. We're so proud of Nehemiah. So we get a special program where the CEO will discuss about a life journey until this point where he gonna be the champion for gymnastic in England. Daddy, I want to let you explain to viewers about Nehemiah journey until this point where he not the champion in England for the gymnastic team.
Okay. Well, first, you made a mistake on the middle name. Na Emmanuel Rogers Khan, Nehemiah Emmanuel Rogers Khan. So, just for the viewers, then get the correct name. Nehemiah, in a way, obsessed with in sports. So even when the on the training ground, now the beer, strongs, quota, concrete gun, Nehemiah they flip. They flip to the point to which crowd they gather for watcher. That's how good he is, and that's how obsessed he is with his trade, with his sports. So when he goes school back again, the whole crowd they be in, and they even put him the school magazine, as one of the leading sports stars them in the country, in the school of Westminster City School. So Nehemiah don't get a lot of attention for what they do. And one thing where amazed me is the last time where I go back in England, this man say, Daddy, I go coach. I say, you're only 15 years old and you're still doing your gymnast, your career is still at the height. Then the coach, he say, yes, he say they offered me a coaching job. So I do my sport still. He said, then I the coach, picking them. So whenever, if he do any misbehavior, I call, I say, Mr. Coach. I say, come on, man. Is this what you are going to teach your, students, so they can calm down, then they can kind of like make it behave itself. So it's a work in process, and like I say, is a determined young man that is prepared to take the world on. And I believe, say, Nehemiah go enter the Olympics one day, and he go make Sierra Leone proud. I know he will be representing Britain, but deep down in my heart, he'll be representing Sierra Leone, because I'm Sierra Leone producer, I am British by birth, but I am Sierra Leonean by blood, So the same thing with me picking them and my wife. So we believe, say, we talk about sports in Sierra Leone, that there's a way Sierra Leone can improve in these areas. When you born Peking, or you Peking born Peking, you get grand Peking, you must able to get some link, some connection with that you grand Peking. So Salon get grand Peking, way they in the gymnastic field, and if the Baba don't begin coach already, that tells you that God don't impact a lot of knowledge and skills in them. So Sierra Leone can benefit from that. And with Nehemiah in influence at the gymnastic field and the British gymnastic circle, I believe Sierra Leone can able to gain something from that. So let we all, I mean, this is part of rebranding Sierra Leone. Let we all do we own best. Now we all need to corner not just what our country can do for us, but what also we can do for our country. Now do we only to best for try for rebrand Sierra Leone, promote Sierra Leone. Times are hard, things are difficult all over the world, not to just Salon no more. Fuel price in England, you can't even compare it to the way you change the money, you can't compare it to Sierra Leone. You know, right now the fuel price in England is over 40 leon, you know, for liter. You see, we they struggle for, you know, we understand that we're not reached to that economic level yet, but if it bets the hand hard, must know how it go affect we now, you see. So in a winter 10 days, so it's the temperature can go below freezing temperature. So as I talk right now, me have the MVY me there and the under, you know, because I know, so if I did England now, I go double up me close them, and I go wear thick jacket, and I wear another jacket we call body warmer on underneath, for like just cozy myself, for protect myself from the cold. You see, because nobody's immune to the cold weather, you know. So Sierra Leone can benefit from this, and I believe that the Ministry of Sports, if they listen, then can engage with, and I can able to use my own small influence for get me picking for, you know, get the gymnastic team in England for connect with the country. So let we start something there. You know, nothing is impossible when God is involved in the picture.
Thank you very much, Reverend Khan. Major Siwanas, that he don't talk about Nehemiah's success now with the coach, the young one, them with the camel. And that he also say he will talk with his son and also connect the ministry with the British gymnastic team Obayanda. What do you get for say concerning that?
Well, it all started. It starts by the parental courage. I like the way Reverend Khan he grew up the boy, because as I understand, from a very early age, you don't notice this person is like this. You get on ahead, but you not just neglect her because you want her to go to school, you want her to be a shining star with education. But the mere factor, you don't spot the talent from the boy already. You know, say this guy, is supposed to do something, and still they be, and we not discourage him from that. For let he stop what he do, but still they continue, they push as little as he is, as Daddy they say, he don't be a coach already. For be a coach, not so funny thing, not so easy, because you impact others with waiting there inside your own brain. You transfer from your own brain with good quality and give to other people. And if we get this kind of person for coach young Sierra Leoneans, young boys and girls who come up into that kind of skills, then I believe it will be a big benefit for this country. And that's something where somebody who is sporting fan, somebody who know the value of sport, you know, we take this one for granted. You take them very serious. We need people like Nehemiah kind for come and spread out their talents to other people, to other picking them, schools them. They can make school sporting club. They can make area sporting club. One of these areas must get benefit from them if they take the sporting activity into consideration. And most one or 2 days, Nehemiah can say, look, we get a gymnastic team, or we get a sporting team within a book fields. We get one within a Eastern. Go and see. You go see them, you go tell them, no, this is how you do it. They fine, but if you do it this way, it go look better. But instead go impact the knowledge. So that's something we will not for just even so. I tell you earlier on, I say whenever they clap for person, you are chosen. They don't clap for all man. Some man go talk. Yeah, how did they talk? But nobody clap for you. Most man the first sentence as you hope you want to talk, they clap for you. So whenever they clap for somebody, like a chosen person, and maybe I don't be a chosen one. God don't choose them in a particular domain. He able to do more if you get the support, if you get the courage, and if you get the people in a way really you want to transmit this knowledge to you. Then they're ready for receive that knowledge. It will be very, very wonderful for Sierra Leone. It will even create a room for employment. When they talk about youth employment, because sports they pay. Sport they pay. Because some people can go to school, certain level where they reach, they say, oh, I think I'll continue with the profession, or I'll continue with the talent. instead of the book, because then the book not go inside the head, fine. We see most of we picking them where they drop after way, they end up for being musician, comedian. First then comedian take like funny people. But believe you me, comedian a millionaire time profession in the world today. You see, so the thing that I don't not take them too light. I'm so happy with Reverend and wife them really encourage them. They come up with a skill, they build up, they not say, hey, you want to do so you go broke your foot. I don't get money for care hospital. It is don't discourage them one way or the other. But nonetheless, they encourage them. CCS, the Bushan, they talk say they go drop them like gymnastic club to go take them from there. But it's not easy. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we all feel proud because you don't achieve the goals in mama and papa and all of them they expect safe to achieve. Today we will talk about them. Let God give them more grace. And congratulations to you and Nehemiah. She done a grand auditorium. We see the performance. We say, well, this is our brother. We are proud of you. Yes, I think that will be fine for all. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Major Siwan. Daddy, as we don't talk about the success and the stages where Jeremiah don't work at it, he reached to the point. Nehemiah don't work at it, he reached to this point as a champion or winner. I'm not saying challenges them don't occur on the way to reach to that point. What are some of the challenges them where don't occur to reach towards the champion?
Well, various, because members say as a minister of God, I'm like a full-time pastor with a pastor church, and also to supervise other churches in Australia, New Zealand, you know, and at the same time I'm a husband, you know, and father to the Hebrew boys. I also get commitment to my congregation where I minister to them, and I not ever miss church service for say, oh, I did do this, I did do the school runs for them. And most of the thing is the devil can want for interfere with the sports here, for use them as a precursor for regulate the spiritual life of people them. So some of the competitions that we didn't do, they purposefully choose Sundays for doing where it's supposed for dinner church. So what we can do is because of we service times, then we get like 3 services in the week. So we always make sure say enough for miss no church service. So on the days of competition, in Mama can arrange for either a sister or any other person, or maybe even some elder at the gymnastic club day for let them carry and go for the competition, and then after that they foot the bill, everything after that, and then bring them car. In some cases, if you know they coincide with church activities, we say can go with them. So tell you, Mama can go with them, you know. So now so we can alternate them. But it's all, you know. Having said that, we as Christians we need to realize, see, just because we begin in a sport, not to a reason for we for turn we back on we duty for serve God and for worship God. You see, so that was a challenge, and it's a challenge that everybody, every Christian you got for deal with, you got for grapple with them. Not take God for granted. You see, no matter how famous you are in sports, in entertainment, in business, in the diplomatic circles, no matter how famous you are, no matter how successful you are, if you don't get Jesus Christ, you are nothing. You are nothing. Absolutely nothing. Your human achievements will never ever compensate for eternal life. Eternal life, nine can first, nine can number one, nine Jesus said, seek first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you. So that's where the challenge takes place sometimes. Nehemiah is so loved in sports. He's so obsessed with in sport that sometimes they spend more time in training than for spend time with God. So, and me being a disciplinarian, somebody who is totally committed to the things of God, and at that side I can clash with her, and you know, but this is what we have gone through over the years for balanced time with God and time with sports. So the Miss Church service when clash with gymnastics, but they take for pray. In prayer and quick, you don't done. So me they try for tell us, say no, you need to wait on the Lord. You need to really dedicate. Yes, you are young, you are only 15 years old, but it's 12 years is old enough for let you begin for practice the presence of God around you, and for equip yourself spiritually. So that's a balance that we still manage. Is a challenge, and we need a lot of grace for continue for usher them in the right direction. It's hard work when they're small, and then when they don't reach teenage years again, then another new hard work begin again, which is the hard work of how you steer them into the right direction. So that's where the make or break takes place. If you not steer them to the right direction, engage them, the enemy Satan may want to engage them, because we the parents, what we're supposed to do, will probably not do them the way we're supposed to do them. But I pray to God that every parent watching this program, you'll be encouraged, for no say you begin not to a failure. He or she may not be good at academics or book learning or whatever you call it, but there must be a gift in that Pikinde. We're going to make that Pikinde tomorrow a pool crying at your eye, and it bring joy to your heart in the name of Jesus. So not give up. Nothing is impossible. Whether you did a village, you watch this program, whether you did any other country, or you are a Sierra Leonean heritage, whatever, whoever you are, believe that God Almighty can do whatever you desire positively in the life of your family, especially in the lives of your children.
Thank you very much, Daddy. Major Siwan, as well as you're waiting, Daddy don't say. I want to let you talk to parents out there, because some of we will picking a kid on a one alarm. They won't be one of left for the next so. Oh, you can't walk in there. You can't walk your foot there. That's of the gymnastic. So one thing I say to parents for letting them encourage, and also one thing, especially with the mother them. Now we can always then closer to picking them. The man them, the daddy them can don't go out, for go fend the living and for kind support the home. But we as mama them, now we always they closer to picking them. We forget time for the study with picking them and how to put. If you see say picking, they concentrate on football, especially the boys them. And girls them also like I mean when they come up, my cousin and also boy picking them. Yes. So when they can play football, then some people they do the ball full. Me say when they pass the ball, me say they run behind the ball, Yes. So me say me they play with the boys and because the boys me grow up with that house. So at times we therefore sit down and watch picking and waiting their leg. Even at house you go see picking go take screwdriver in the way open and gadgets them. They say, Pikin look like for the old people, know how it might make them see. So you get for the concentrate on your Pikin. Waiting, and so fine, interesting, waiting then and quiet moment.
Yeah.
What you get for say towards them parents and the way not get that time they for study Pikin as they grow up, waiting elect, and also for encourage them for pay attention to the Pikin and back.
Yes, Mrs. Cole. This one, how we say, we mothers them, we come by them, they're very fragile. Then they think, I'll forget Pekin, I'll for born Pekin. So when you see and they do certain things, then I better the boy first. The day see Pekin claim up chair. He fly like Spider-Man, he can't go. He say, oh, this, they better pay me. So you find out, say, we mothers them very fragile. Then they fear because they know the pain, forget Pekin. And in the world today, we get that ideology. They say, na the Pekin for study the parents. I don't say anything like this for do, not this for do, but the parents they fail for study the picking them. Most occasion, they want let the picking adapt to waiting you the parent want for her. But you at the end, no one understands say this picking want this for himself. That push her with this. And if we begin change that perception they not all the time the picking will understand we or the picking for study we as parents. But we the parent though for look at who picking them too and study them. Like one occasion we me picking a poeta. But in mama they always force him for it. He won't lay it because when we picking it, he feels satisfied. So at one time I said, you wrong what you do. You already begin understand say you want lay it at 7. But watch the picking system, you know like it at that time. So if you understand the picking, you know say this is not this you want at this time. It make life simple for the picking. But you dey force them for something where you feel saying that that's correct for the picking and not that's correct for them. So not all the time picking them will study them, parent them and adhere to what we want. Let we self in turn, they watch them, like I would say, notice them, watch a movement, watch a style, watch all what they do and say, oh, this is the expert will become. At one time I've been the run as managing editor for the African Post newspaper. So the reporter, one of them come with a story. The story moved me. The guy from Susan's Bay, and then he do swimming. He swim at Susan's Bay, that the Toyota don't play. Then they swim all day and that. He end up for me, he go to the Olympics. The guy carry the story, say, I carry the story, I tell the story. He say, one boy from Susan's Bay, blah blah blah, and they go represent Salon Olympics. I said, wow, give me that story, I want them. So I put it from Susan's Bay to the Olympics. Then the man get the paper, he called me. Hey, what do you mean? I said, man, that's what happened. Explain to me, I said, that one boy, small boy from Susan's Bay, I said, go Olympics. He get medal for Sierra Leone. I said, wow, wonderful, I like this story. So you find out, say, picking and get talent. They get so much, whereas Daddy don't say, not all day you look at the picking, say, this never can be the next lawyer, the next doctor, or the next this and that in academy. No, he gets something where, a part of the book learning, he gets something where a talent will God give him. Let's just practice that talent, come up with that talent, and then you just say this, they make a better space in our society. So they have a mind about them. Let we not really forget for study with picking them. And when you study the picking them, something where they get, not deprive them from them. Because the mere fact you don't deprive them from waiting, it gets when a young talent, you reduce intention, enthusiasm, you reduce that in our society. Some picking them early age, they sing for you. If so you gave could have they sing so? When you look like small picking, wonderful. Some then they read poems, then they cite poems. When you look and say, oh, at the beginning they so one of me all I get no advert not the pass on radio or TV where and you play all the time where no sabi. They bring local commercial bank you here and the radio and the TV they sing together. As they play local bank they sing together. So you find out you get something they build up. They might be a better reporter tomorrow. They might be somebody can build an advert. So you watch them, what thing they do? And God so good that he and the wife they really they watch Nehemiah, his steps. They're not really afraid for the forum. And then I want to know more if you don't go to any you don't get any injury during them play and they maybe that could be another challenge again for them.
Yeah.
Because if possible they play gymnastics, then acrobatic style and they at one time or the other there must be a mistake if for all your foot's playing or you get an injury. And I say that would be a very big challenge for that. But I don't know if you pass through some of that stage but it's very difficult for them. They see the picking, they do some great things and then you ask you better not well. For one picking easy. But yet parents they load of observe picking them, don't give them that leisure time, let us show you their talent and then we push them with their talent.
Okay, thank you very much, Major Steve. And Daddy, as Nehemiah don't make una cry, how you feel?
Well, Major, they talk about the injuries and waiting. So these are things we have to go through. I remember the way it can sick, and one thing but them, where one person sick, they all sick.
Oh la la.
Yes, because they are together, and with this catch cold, the next day you see the other one pick up the symptoms. So it's like there are three. They were like a package. We they go with them any side.
And I already call them 3 Igbo boys.
Yes.
Igbo boys. Yes. Children
yes. So yeah, Nehemiah He's still lacking sport, but when he's sick, he still won't go, you know. So I remember there was this particular time where they all catch cold, where they get blocked nose, and that's where I come in. Anytime where the situation gets a little bit, you know, eerie and challenging, I'm always there, you know. The mama is very good at dealing with them, washing them, preparing them for go school.
Yeah.
You know, she's perfect in those areas. But when it comes back for nurse them, dandy, I mean, your job dandy, you know. So if the nose them block, I mean they go pull that snuff they come on at the nose, and you know, make sure say they are comfortable, they can breathe properly. Now me they wake 3-4 times at night, go in and check on them, make sure say they not choke themselves, and put the, if the old bass oil or whatever menthol will they put around for let them get you know, that airways for breathe, you know. So there's a lot we can do. We can get sleepless nights at times, yeah, for them. And on 1 or 2 occasions, because the standards very high in England for gymnastics, so they get all the facilities there. They specially sponge them, where then they use, where then they flip for land on, where they make them eventually where then get the grip of the particular tax where they want for do, they can able for do it without dandy, you know. So I think 1 or 2 times in the Nehemiah I don't get some mistakes where make he injure himself, but it wasn't that serious, you know. So he able for surmount that, you know. And just recently before I come, he complained back ache, but he's still able for go perform and win medals, you know. So we just continue for that. You don't take your eyes off the ball, you know. You keep your eyes on them, even as then they approach adulthood. They are still your children. You still have to love them. You still have to care for them, but discipline them in the process. Don't love a child so much that you lose the desire for correct them, because this is where most parents then go wrong. They can let picking them so much that they find it difficult for discipline the picking them, you know. And I will encourage every child, you know, discipline every parent rather, discipline you picking them. Love them, but discipline them. And when they do something wrong, let them know say they do something wrong. When they do something right, be there to support them, and make sure say you give them all the love that they deserve. Yeah.
How you feel about Nehemiah's success as a parent?
I am still processing it, like I say. You know, I'm still processing it. I feel good.
I want for later. How you feel when you know the day that moment say na mommy no more how you feel when you there then na mommy
well,
no more over.
that we're a team. We work together as a team. You know, me and mommy, we not got distance between we. You know, we talk every day. And we, like now if I come here and talk, we go talk. You know, so almost every 5 minutes, text, message, we did talk. We did miss each other by physical, you know, distance and all that kind of thing, but spiritually we are together, you know. So when she was there, I was also there with them, you know. In the spirit, I was there with all my heart. I am with her. She's my bone of bones. I am her bone of bones. We are flesh of flesh. We are together for life till eternity. We meet with the Lord. But that is our relationship, how strong it is. And the Nehemiah, the children, they are all interlooped into the strength of the relationship. So we're a family that is very tightly united, and the love, and I can't even start to describe what kind of love we have, because it is so strong that, you know, when then coffee and they know, you know. And before anything, that's one of the things that I really appreciate God for. before anything, the enemy raise any attack against our kids, we can know. We dream them, and then we pray. You know, I remember waiting, Satan tried for go against Jeremiah, a quiet, gentle young man. We know the harm of soul, you know. So, in mama dream him. If me not dream him, or I not see my vision where they pray, in mama go dream him, you know, somehow we don't know. Even to an extent, we get an elder, when Pastor Becky, and at the church there, she's Jamaican. Instead they see things, they tell we say, oh, I see this about the beginning. Now don't pray, you know. So, as a family, as a Christian family, we therefore be spiritually alert, vigilant, for no say the enemy is a roaring lion seeking someone to devour, but not our own children. God didn't say he will not, the devil will not fire his. We encourage all families, all relatives, friends, and parents around the world. Be there for your children, support them, watch them, examine them, spot their talent, and be there to support them.
Thank you very much, Reverend Khan. Major, as we come to the end of the program, what's your final message to the youth? Them we get passion for sporting activities, and also the parents for letting them support them.
I just want to take the last sentence.
Okay.
Say be there for them.
Yeah.
Always be there for them. And if you always be there for them, they self no will forget that encouragement. They no will forget that push where you give them. All what you use, the challenges when they pass through, but you cover them as an umbrella. They don't ever forget that. I can remember at one time, a young Sierra Leonean become an international footballer. Now the time he no say he get a daddy. In that case, they will go up to court level in this country. Yes, because he been on day all the while, they suffer with his mommy alone. He did do all the thing, but God so good. He come out for be number one footballer. Today he even gets a team where they play the Premier Soccer in Sierra Leone. But that guy, he suffer fatherly love until he become a celebrity. And he tell me, Daddy, come now. Now he became. He must say no. I cannot recognize you that simple way like that. After all this year of suffering, I know they see you as me, Daddy. I know they feel that fatherly love. Now I don't succeed, they don't begin call me star player, celebrity, then you can't say me daddy. They even went to court. You got to say anyhow you be now, be I and you daddy. But to not go leg for leg, that's happening to me all the time. Pay attention to the children, then always be there for them. Show them say, now you bring the kind of the world. If you don't want them, why you come with them? So if they eat dry gari, you self eat dry gari. Not because you don't get, you don't go show love to your children. Love different from getting rich or get all what you want. If you only show that simple kind of love, sometimes at the beginning they provide a way for you.
Yeah.
Yes, you see. So my advice to parents them is that as that is low, pay attention always, 24/7. Make sure say you know what will happen to you picking them, so you know go caught on a surprise. One day then and say no, I'm not a visual. Who say you come out? It will be very very disgraceful and very hard ending for you. Let you tell or let you proud of your picking. Yet you want to be proud of your picking. Then at the tail end, the picking it say, no, I reject this person because I don't know you all along. And now I try from you. It's very bad. We will encourage you picking them always. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Claude Atare Robert. Well, the CEO of Mercy TV, Reverend Julian Mujaskan, himself could give you final message to viewers.
Well, just before we go, I want to give a shout out to my sister Kumba Ami Willie. I know some picture will come up soon on the screen. She is going to be celebrating her birthday on Friday, and she's a special person. She's a lovely person. She's a humanitarian. She has a heart that is pliable for please God, and she's a selfless individual. Wherever you are, I want you to know that we appreciate you. We've known you for when we were kids going to school, and we appreciate all the good things that God don't use you for achieve. You have gone through storms, you have gone through trials, you have gone through fires, you have gone through rivers, but you stood firm trusting in the Lord. And I want for let you know, say, we here in Mercy Television, we love you, we support you, and we will continue to showcase the good things that we God called you for, achieve, for do, in Jesus' name. You are a mother, you are an aunt, you are a sister, you are someone special. We really, truly, greatly appreciate you. It's going to be a very beautiful, beautiful ceremony at Lagunda. That's her. Can't you see how beautiful she is? Yeah. And spotless. Yes. So if I know, but I scan you spiritually before you ever even set eye on them in that way. I mean, we truly appreciate you. You are such a holy spiritual gem, and you have a heart that anybody can really desire for, know you as a sister. And we pray for longevity. We pray that God gives you all your heart desire as you celebrate your 50th birthday. You will not even believe she is 50. Put it back on the screen. Let them see her. She's, this does not look like a 50. I want you for blow and big. Fine. Thank you. She looks like a 16-year-old. Yeah, can you see that? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Her heart is clean. This not the possible way, and then they be a grudge for nobody. They just love God and they forgive everybody where they trespass against her. That's why God has kept you this long and fresh looking, younger and younger and younger every day. I truly, truly greatly appreciate you, and I know my wife does the same thing. Your son Nehemiah, see Ifiba Nehemiah, Nasusu Nehemiah in face Amiget, and Nasusu Ami in face Nehemiah gets. So when you look at Nehemiah, you go think say na Ami Bonam, But we really, truly, greatly appreciate you. You are such a special person, and the Sierra Leone ought to really be proud of you. And one of these days, God will use you in this country, where people then will know, say, yes, there is someone special in our midst. God bless you, and looking forward to walk with you, pray with you. On Friday, it's going to be a ceremony of worship, prayer, and celebration. God bless you, and continue to enjoy your birthday fever.
Thank you very much, Reverend Julius Ojascan in the Sea of Mercy TV. And I also want to tell Mrs. Khan plenty thank you for supporting Nehemiah Emmanuel Ojascan. Say he don't become the champion now the British Gymnastic Club. And also want for appreciate him for the steadfastness, because he really gets passion. Because if you not get passion, reach other heights. So one for appreciate him for the passion he gets for waiting he do. And also I want for say plenty thank you to Major C1. We're in at the head of newsroom and Mercy TV, and also the CEO of Mercy TV, Reverend Julius Ojascan, for when they come to the studio and at the program, for bringing this wonderful messages about Nehemiah's success, and also to the nation, for let Salono say yes, we get a Sierra Leonean out there in England where they fly the green, white, and blue, and win a Sierra Leone. We're also proud of this young man. Me now, a presenter, Sia and Isako. Tete, we see back. Tata, and God bless.